Have you been staring at your resume wondering whether your career break is the very thing that is keeping you from getting back in? That fear is real, but it is also fixable because a career break does not automatically disqualify you. What hurts people is usually not the gap itself, it is the way the story is told. And if you want a return to workforce resume that gets interviews and helps position you to win offer, you need a strategy, not just a template. Hi, I am Michael Akbar with Yes Career Coaching. In this video, you will learn how to build a return to workforce resume that addresses the gap with confidence and highlights your value and helps you compete strongly in today's market. And if you want expert help with your resume, LinkedIn, and our proprietary interview technology designed to help you not only get interviews, but convert them into offers, schedule a consultation with Yes Career Coaching. The link is below. Now, let's get into it. One of the biggest mistakes people make after a career break is trying to hide it. They leave a blank space. They get vague, or they hope recruiters will somehow overlook the days. Usually that backfires. A stronger approach is to acknowledge the break without apologizing for it. Be honest, be brief, be strategic. If you stepped away to care for family, address a health issue, pursue education, relocate, or handle another important life chapter, you do not need to act embarrassed about that. You simply need to present it clearly and professionally. For example, instead of leaving a mystery gap, you might include a line such as career break, full-time family caregiver 2021 to 2024, and then follow it with one or two bullets that show responsibility, organization, coordination, budgeting, or other relevant strengths. That simple shift turns a blank space into a credible part of your story. And that matters because trust matters. Recruiters are much more comfortable with a clear explanation than with something that feels hidden. The second big strategy is to show that even if you were out of a traditional paid role, you were not standing still. This is where many people have more value than they realize. Maybe you volunteered, maybe you took courses, maybe you freelanced, maybe you helped run an organization, manage a household at a very high level, worked on a certification, supported a family business, or built skills through projects. Those things can matter a great deal when presented the right way. Let's say someone took a year off and during that time earned a certification, managed social media for a nonprofit, and completed a few consulting style projects for friends or former colleagues. This is not just time away from work. That is skill maintenance and professional development. A strong return to workforce resume should make that visible. Employers want evidence that you are current, engaged, and capable. The more you can show that you kept learning, building, and contributing, the easier it becomes for them to picture you stepping back in successfully. Third, focus on transferable skills. This is especially important if the nature of your break does not look obviously related to your target role at first glance. Transferable skills are often the bridge between what you were doing and what you now want to do. If you managed a complex household, coordinated medical care, handled budgets, organized schedules, solved daily problems, or negotiated competing demands, those are real skills. If you volunteered, led initiatives, trained people, planned events, or improved systems, those are real skills too. The key is not to describe the experience in a purely personal or casual terms. The key is to translate it into business language that employers understand. Instead of saying, took time off to raise children, you might frame part of that period through strengths like high-level scheduling, budget oversight, or conflict navigation, stakeholder coordination, and crisis management. That doesn't mean stretching the truth. It means recognizing that many life experiences build professional value, and your resume should reflect that value clearly. The fourth strategy is choosing the right format. For some people, a chronological resume skill, especially if the gap is shorter or if you have strong recent activities to show. But for others, especially with a longer gap, a hybrid resume can be much more effective. A hybrid format allows you to lead with strengths, skills, and relevant qualifications before the reader gets into the timeline. That can be a huge advantage because it focuses attention first on what you can do, not how long you've been away. If someone has a 10-year gap, for example, leading with a sharp professional summary, a targeted skills section, and selected accomplishments can create much stronger momentum before the work history is reviewed. This does not erase the gap, and it should not try to, but it does help frame the person as capable professional first, rather than as a timeline problem. And that is exactly what you want. The fifth strategy is tailoring. This is where many job seekers lose traction. A generic resume is already weak in a competitive market. A generic return to workforce resume is even weaker. If you want interviews, your resume needs to speak directly to the role you are targeting. That means studying the job description, identifying the keywords, responsibilities, and themes that matter most, and then reflecting those throughout your summary, skills, and experience. It means choosing which parts of your background to emphasize based on the role in front of you. It means making the connection easy for the recruiter. Do not make them guess why you fit. Show them. This matters because after a career break, the burden of clarity is even higher. The employer is already wondering whether you are current, ready, and relevant. A tailored resume answers those questions faster and more convincingly. And let me add something important here. Getting interviews is only part of the process. If your goal is truly to get back into the workforce successfully, you also need to be ready to handle interview well. That means being able to explain your career break with confidence without sounding defensive, awkward, or uncertain. It means knowing how to pivot from the gap to the value you bring now. At Yes Career Coaching, this is one of the areas where we help people in a very practical way. We do not just help clients create stronger resumes and LinkedIn profiles. We also use our proprietary interview technology to help them prepare more effectively, sharpen their responses, build confidence, and improve their odds of turning interviews into offers. Because the truth is, a strong return to workforce resume may help open the door, but how you show up in the interview often determine whether the door stays open. So if you're returning after a break, think about the full strategy: resume, LinkedIn, interview story, and offer winning preparation. That full system matters. So let's bring this together. If you want a return to workforce resume that gets interviews, do not hide your break. Acknowledge it clearly. Show how you stayed active, current, or engaged. Translate your experience into transferable skills. Use a format that puts your strength forward, and tailor your resume carefully to the role you want. Most of all, remember this: your career break is not your identity. It is one chapter. What matters now is how clearly and confidently you present the value you bring in this next chapter. And if you want help doing that well, this is exactly what we help professionals do at Yes Career Coaching. We can help you strengthen your resume, sharpen your LinkedIn, and prepare for interviews using our proprietary interview technology, so you are not just chasing interviews, but positioning yourself to land the offer. If that sounds like support you could use, schedule a consultation with Yes Career Coaching through the link in the description. And if this video helped you, subscribe for more practical guidance on career transitions, job search strategy, and getting hired faster and more effectively. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.